Hi everyone, this is Diane. There are no workers here today. I don't know why. It rained overnight. It's not raining. It hasn't rained all day, so I don't know why they're not here, but I was a little bit irritated because they left their ladders going across my driveway last night, so my car just stays on the road all night, and if I'd known they weren't going to be here, if they had moved their ladders, I could have been in my driveway at least, if not in the garage. So I don't know why they're not here, but anyway, I have peace and quiet. I had to work this morning, but I have peace and quiet now. So I'm trying to work on these smash books. I did get the pages cut for the fern cover, and I like to use Cricut images. I cut images out with my Cricut when I do smash books, and that's always been fun to make pockets and things and tags with my Cricut. But I need a new blade. It's not sharp enough to cut these little holes. They're there, but they didn't cut all the way through. So I figured I'd buy some blades at Walmart today when I was finished working, but they don't have them. So I ordered some from Amazon. They'll be here Saturday. So I figured I would spend today just cutting papers. Since I have 6 smash books to make, I'm looking for my paper cutter. What did I do with it? I figured since I really can't create, there it is, do too much creating, I'm just going to cut papers, and I thought I'll take advantage of the quiet and have the camera on and just chat with you, because you still have questions. Some of you still have questions about smash books. So I'm going to go ahead, start cutting, and we'll just chat. So I'm cutting the pages for the Burgundy book right now. And first of all, I want to tell you that of the 6 covers that I showed you yesterday, 4 of them have been claimed. The shoe one and the fern one were the most popularly requested. But the ones that are left that are not claimed yet are the travel journal, the travel book, and the Burgundy one that I'm cutting right now. Alright, I want to remember what the dimensions of the pages are before I start chatting. I'm going to cut them, it's 11 1/4, so I'm going to cut them 10 and, I guess I'll cut them 11, or just about 11. 11 by 8, okay. So, a lot of you have asked me questions on my other 2 videos on what is a smash book, and I tried to answer that question yesterday in yesterday's video. Plus I did a video, jeepers, I gotta remember this, 8, a year ago, so I direct people to that, but you're still asking questions, so let me just kind of say what a book is called is really immaterial. What you use it for. I call them things because I have different ideas of what these things are. And so it's, you know, when I put something in the shop, if I say it's a smash book, then you'll know what my definition of a smash book is if you watch my videos. Or a junk journal, or a glue book. I have different definitions for all of these types of books. What other people might think of as a glue book or a smash book or a junk journal may be different from what I think. But here are my definitions of these types of books. I really don't want to mess this up. I think of a smash book as a scrapbook, where you glue in things that are related to your life, your daily life, movie tickets, photographs, programs that you got from going to a show or a play or something, Even just a cute wrapper or label from something that you bought. Anything like that from your life that you want to keep. You put it in your smash book, and you might write about it. You might have a little space to write about it, or you might not write about it. You might just stick it in there without writing anything. It's just you recording your daily life. That's what I think of as a smash book. A junk journal, I use my journals for writing in. I do not very often glue things in my journals. I would like to do that more, and I have done it. Certain journals I did it quite a bit. Most journals I do not, but I would like to. It just takes more time, and it's easier for me to just sit and write about my day. And I don't add anything to it, I just write about my day. So that's what I think of as a journal. So that's what I use my junk journals for. A glue book, and you, some of you also talked about the types of paper, thinking that that was what defined the book, because I'm using scrapbook papers for the smash books, and I use other kinds of paper for a junk journal. That's just how I make them. You might make a smash book using coffee dyed paper or digitals or anything else. This is just how I make them. So the paper does not define the kind of book it is. The way you use it defines what it is. And you define what it is. You call it what you want to. I hope I'm making sense. So where was I going with this? Glue books. So for glue books, I use all kinds of papers. I use junk mail. I use scrapbook paper. I just want to point out that this is a centered design. And I'm going to cut it to 8 inches, which means I'm going to cut off 4 inches. So I'm going to cut off 2 inches on one side and 2 inches on the other to keep the design centered. So everything I like, all the papers that I like, I just stick, well, not even papers that I like, because I'm going to cover them up, so I don't really care if I like the papers. I use papers that I don't like, just because I know I'm going to cover them. So a glue book, my purpose for a glue book is just to glue in images that I like. It's not like a journal or a diary. I'm not recording my daily life. It's just images out of books, magazines, and whatever else I come across. I really like that image. That's really cool. And I can have fun. So it's just, that is just a relaxing way for me to glue things and kind of make a design that I like, a collage or something that I like in my glue book. And that's about it. I have a glue book. I don't have it right in here. I'm not sure where it is. I have a glue book that I have shown before that just has stuff glued in it with no rhyme or reason. And then I also have this glue book that I call my collage book, but it really is a glue book. And I actually make a collage on the page and complete the page usually in one sitting. The glue book, I glue something here, and then I flip to another page and glue something, and then the next time I might glue something else here. I'm just continually adding to it until I feel like that page is done. But this book, which I call my collage book, is a more thoughtful glue book. I try to not necessarily have a theme. Sometimes I do, but I just try to make it look nice. Just do a collage because I really enjoy doing that. So those are my definitions of glue book, smash book, junk journal, and collage book. I hope you found it helpful. I am not going to be able to answer that question over and over because I just don't have time to do that. So I'm hoping that you guys will watch this video and get an understanding. And I hope that you understand that it is whatever you want it to be. Don't get hung up on what to call it. Just use it for what you want to use it. When I make a smash book, I am making a book to glue pieces of your life into. That's what the purpose is. That's what it's designed for. There's lots of open space for gluing and not so much like journaling space, although there's lots of white space that you can journal on. But that's what the purpose in my mind is. So when you buy a smash book from me, that's what you're buying. When you buy a junk journal from me, you are buying a journal that you can write in. Write your daily life or whatever you want to write. There's lots of journaling space in my journals. If you bought a glue book from me, it's just a fun mix of papers that you can just glue whatever you want to in. And the same with a collage book. If I make a collage book, it's basically just a glue book. So I hope that was helpful. It gave me something to chat about while I cut my pages here. What else can I chat about? I finished the travel journal yesterday. I got it all bound. I did that on camera. I did the binding on camera so you could see how to use the bind it all. And then I added a few things, more things into the pockets, and I filled those large envelopes with pieces that the owner of the journal can use for smashing. So that's done. So I just have 5 more to make. And I might actually do more because there were some people, I can't remember the name. Someone, I have her name written down, but it's downstairs, said she wanted a junk journal, and I don't know how to contact her. I mean, she wanted a smash book. I don't know how to contact her, so there's only 2 books left, and she might want something different from what I already have in making, and I have lots of more paper to make smash books with. So if you were the one who told me, messaged me not too long ago when I said that I was going to start making them, and let me know if you were interested in one. If it was you, please message me again. And there's another person who said she wanted one, but she is out of town and out of range of internet. She had just a brief time to contact me yesterday, so I might have to make a different one for her too. Because the travel one is pretty specific. And if somebody doesn't want a travel one, they're not going to want the travel one. But I like making them. It's a quick way to use up some paper stash, that's for sure. But then I bought those Hot Buy paper pads a couple weeks ago, specifically because I was going to be making smash books, so I just added to my stash. But right now I don't have that. I used one. That was the travel journal. That was one of those Hot Buy paper pads, and the rest I'm making with just some papers that I've had in my stash for at least a little while. Some of them are for a long while, but a lot of these double-sided ones came from that flea market over the winter, and I'm just really happy to have a way to use them. So I do have to make a design team project for Artsology before the month of July is up. So I might have to do that in between making some smash books, but we'll see. I was hoping that I could make all 6 of these smash books this week because they really go together much more quickly than a junk journal, but Oh, because I, went back to work and had other things going on. Had to go up to Horsehead. Oh, that's another thing I was going to talk to you about. I had to go get my brand new computer checked out because it wouldn't open, it wouldn't turn on for me. And so I called Best Buy when they opened and I took it up there. So that was the day that I had to stay home and not babysit or anything. That was my day to craft. And that was the day I had to go to Horseheads. Well, I didn't cut that paper down, did I? So I took it in there and it turned on. Well, he could tell at first. He said it was stuck in a boot loop. And that's not something you grab a hold of to pull your boots on. It was booting, but it was stuck in a loop. And he turned it off, which I couldn't even do. I couldn't turn it off. But he turned it off and then turned it back on, and everything seemed okay. So he told me, he gave me the option. I could return it if I wanted to. But I took it home. I brought it home and it's been fine. So that took a day. The day that I would have had to really work on these. But while we were up there, my daughter went with me just to keep me company, and because she didn't want somebody bulldozing me or talking down to me, because I'm not that smart about computers. But I also needed a new phone. My phone didn't ring anymore. It vibrated. I could feel it vibrating, and my Fitbit vibrated to let me know that the phone was ringing. It was the only way I could tell that anybody was calling me. And I'm on Judy's plan, her and her husband's plan, so one of them had to be with me when I got a phone. So we did that. The Verizon store was right up there next to Best Buy. So look at my pretty phone. I got a bigger one, and I got a coral color. I wanted pink. They didn't have pink. I'm not a fan of orange, but that coral was pretty. And then I got this Kate Spade case to put on it, and I think it's beautiful. So I got the papers cut for the Burgundy book. While I did all of that talking, I don't usually like to talk that much. And I have this one. I don't know. I think I'm going to cut this into strips, but I'm going to leave it as it is for now. So I don't know that I have anything else to talk about, so I don't think there's any reason for me to keep the camera on while I do the rest of my cutting. Just think about it before I go away. I'm going to do this one next. I love the colors of this book. I love the colors of the papers that I chose. Well, I can't think of anything else, so I'm just going to keep on cutting. And after I get my Cricut blade on Saturday, see, I'll cut this one 7 by 9, almost 10. After I get my Cricut blade, I'll be able to cut some things out, and then maybe I'll turn the camera back on while I'm creating. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.